You're Done, the podcast for the girls, gays, and theys, hosted by me, Brendan.
And me, Tasha, also known as Superwoman.
Superwoman.
Superwoman. And on our podcast, we talk about whatever we want. So strap in or strap on, because today we're yapping about Halloween Presents Conspiracy Part 2. We just said that. We're really proud of ourselves. We did that in one take.
We did it.
We said.
Yeah, so if you're listening to this and or watching this, Halloween has come and passed.
It did, just a moment ago.
Yeah, but we thought we would still don our costumes and talk about something that we said we would continue talking about, which is conspiracies, because they're spooky.
We thought it would line up with the theme well.
Totally.
Yes.
So I'm dressed as a construction worker.
But you're not wearing the full ensemble.
I'm not even wearing close to the full ensemble.
You're like, the viewers get only a touch.
If you saw what I was really wearing, it would be banned from YouTube, I believe.
No, it wouldn't. Y'all are... Okay, he's acting up. It was just like short shorts, but he thinks that it would look like he was naked.
I've seen myself on camera, and if I wear short shorts, my whole bottom half will eat them, and you'll just see like a teeny triangle of denim protecting me. So they were great for the outfit. I looked good. I was wearing also a white wife tank top.
Yeah.
I was like, we don't use that anymore. And had a little blood on it because Eddie was a vampire, and so
I
was
have
going
to
as
make
a
it
victim.
thematic.
Yeah, but instead I was like, I'll look cute.
He's like, I'll be a victim, but I'm still a construction worker.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And I kind of look like now, like instead of the construction worker, I look like the general contractor.
Okay.
Because I'm wearing like a nice sweater and like nice jeans. Like I'm just there to oversee. I'm a manager.
You have a coffee in your hand and you're just double checking that they're like doing their work.
Exactly. And you are Wonder Woman.
Well, no, this is Superwoman. I've got my little cape for those who can see.
I love that it just attaches.
I would like, I don't know if like, I'm like, wee,
wee,
wee. Just so you can get a little bit of that in the video.
Slay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to talk about conspiracy theories again. We have more because there's always more interesting ones to talk about.
Si, senor.
So we have a couple, like they're mostly pop culture based. Hopefully there's some you haven't heard before, and hopefully there's some that you have. I have quite a list. But before we get into that, we should catch up. Tash, what's new?
Yes. Well, because I have so many stories from my previous trip.
Okay.
This will be my last one because it's the most iconic. Thank you. I went on a cruise ship called Norwegian Aqua. It's the newest of the Norwegian fleet.
Okay.
And on the last day, they had a Miss Norwegian Aqua competition.
This is very Halloween appropriate.
It is actually.
Yeah,
yes, it is.
Okay.
And everyone was like, oh my God, because Angel and I, we call ourselves the glue because like people just like attach and like we're the fun. We're the fun guys.
Got it.
So we made a lot of friends and stuff. And everyone's like, oh my God, Tasha, you should like join. I said, no, because if I join, I'll win. And it's just not fair to the other contestants. Right. But they don't know me enough to think that like maybe they're like, oh, she's just joking.
Right. They don't believe you.
They don't believe me. And I'm like, I'm telling you this. And one of the girls like, oh, look, I'll do it with you. If you do it, I'll do it. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, fine, let's do it. Whatever. Go sign up. And there's already a girl named Tasha. And I was like, was it me? No. And they're like, oh, she's from Toronto. I'm like, is it me? Right? No, it's like this middle-aged like white woman from Pickering.
True. But said from Toronto?
From Toronto, yeah.
It's not the same thing?
Yeah, but if you're in like basically the Bahamas on almost in America, they're not going to know exactly.
Yeah.
They're not going to know Pickering, you know?
Okay.
Anyways, so the way it was set up was that everyone, like this is on the pool deck. And everyone has to do like a model walk kind of dance. Okay. And then everyone has to answer the same question. And the question is like, if you could be a fruit, what would you be and why? Okay. And I was the last person.
If you say me, I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
No, and so everyone's doing their walk, whatever. And the girl right before me, so she's ninth, she like busts down into the splits. I'm like, oh, okay. So she okay.
We got competition.
So we got a little competition, you know? So I go do my walk, pop, you know, a little like leg action.
Is it just a bathing suit competition or?
Everyone's in their bathing suits, but it's not a bathing, like you didn't have to be.
Okay.
It was just on top deck, right? Sure. And I did my little 1-2, and then I got the question and I was still trying to think about it. And I was like, I would be a pineapple because that's my safe word, and I never needed it. And the whole deck died in laughter. People were like, "Oh, I'll be a strawberry because it's like nice and sweet."
Yeah.
Right? And so people would be like, "I would be a banana because it's the inside that counts." And then I said that.
Love.
And then second, so it goes from 10 people down to 3.
Yeah.
So now, of course, I'm in the 3.
Okay.
And the girl that did the splits, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna win this." She even says it to me. She's like, "I'm gonna win this." She even brought like a yoga like pad to do a headstand. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So on her song, she did a headstand and like a open leg kind of twerk kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it was kind of blah blah. And like the songs that were playing, I was like, these songs are whack, right? And then I'm like, my song turns on. And it's Body by Megan Thee Stallion. I said,
Body,
it's a rap. I literally looked at everyone and I was like, it's a rap.
Yeah.
And the way that the pool...
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming. And so the way that the pool is set up is you can walk on the one part of the pool, and I pulled Angel into the middle and everyone's watching this, and I like jumped on him, did a whole show, did a little 1-2, crowd was going wild. They said, say your best pickup line. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know a pickup line.
Pineapple.
No, but the pickup line was something stupid. Like, I can't even remember the words I said, but I'm like, oh, you're tall and delicious like water, and water's good inside me too. Something like that I said. I don't know.
Okay, wow.
Anyways, I won.
Off the top of your head.
Off the top of my head. I won.
Yay!
And then I went back to the group and I said that I shouldn't go because
I told you.
Because I'll win. So yeah, that was fun. So for the rest of the cruise, everyone was like, it's Miss Norwegian Aqua. And I said,
Norwegian Aqua.
Yeah, that's me.
Did you get a sash?
No, I got a shirt that was an extra large.
Oh.
And it said, I'm most at peace when I'm at sea, which I'm like, I do agree. And a deck of cards.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well... I'm glad you have that title.
Yes, I'm glad I have
that title.
Yeah, no sash. But yeah, that was my story.
Cute. Mine is not successful at all. It's actually the opposite of successful.
Okay.
I've like disabled myself to a degree. So
can you hear me?
I have. I need a conch shell. So I have sworn off of Q-tips because I like them too much when I clean my ears, and it has caused me some problems. And
you're digging in there, I feel.
It just feels so good. Okay, but I don't do that. And then over the weekend, it was Halloween, and we were at a friend's place for a pre-drink, and I had 1 or 2 or 4 Cutwaters, and I was in their bathroom,
here to tell the tale.
And I see a cup of Q-tips.
While you're at someone's house, you're like,
I was
Q-tips.
like, it was like the intrusive thought that I fight every day.
Oh my God.
Was like, let me just boop. So I clean one ear, no problem. I clean this ear, and immediately I hear the crunch.
Did you do it dry?
Yeah. I mean, girl, I was like...
4 Cutwaters deep.
What was I doing with a Q-tip to begin with? And so now I can barely hear out of the side of this ear. It will get better. I'm fixing it slowly, but like I was so you're done, and I just was like, this is how the night's gonna go, isn't it? I'm gonna be like, I feel like off center.
Off center, yeah, not balanced.
Off center, and
Vertigo,
I also am just like
adjacent.
a bit embarrassed because like, why did I do that?
So did you go back out and be like, can't hear, guys, because I used some of your Q-tips? And
well, I sat next to Eddie, and I was like, you're going to have to talk on my left side. And then he was like, whatever, we're going to a party nobody's listening to anyways. And I was like, this is true. So the music could have been good, but I only heard half of it.
Screaming. You're done.
You're done, yes.
Literally, that's hilarious.
So done. Okay, so let's get into our main topic, which is Conspiracies Part 2. So if you haven't already watched it, one of our previous episodes of this season was about conspiracy theories. It was this season, wasn't it? Or maybe it was...
I think it's last season.
Okay, well...
Actually, I don't know. No, I think it's this one.
We'll tag it. So we'll tag it. So listen to that first. You don't have to. It's not a prerequisite. We're just going to get into some common conspiracy theories that people talk about and whether or not we believe in them.
Mm-hmm.
So, can I start with one?
Please.
Okay, so this is the one that actually inspired this episode.
I'm ready for it to blow my mind.
So it is a conspiracy theory that Garth Brooks is a serial killer.
Oh.
So,
not Garth Brooksies.
I know, Mr. America, who's actually quite lovely, as far as I understand.
So that's what serial killers can be. That
totally. So this has taken the internet by storm recently because so it started out in 2018. The comedian Tom Segura basically made this joke that when Garth Brooks was announcing his most recent tour or his tour of that time, he was like, he has serial killer eyes, or he's like has the look of a serial killer.
Okay.
And people then took it, including Tom Segura for a podcast, basically hired investigators to figure out this like theory because since the beginning of him, like since Garth Brooks is even before he was famous, there's always been a mysterious level of like people that disappear in his presence. So so when he was like, before he started out as a country music star, when he was like trying to get like signed, he worked at this place called the Boot Factory.
Okay.
And I guess during that time, like 3 different people went missing, like from that area.
Have they been found?
No. Same with before that, a girl when he was in college or university or whatever went missing, and she lived like just a couple miles from his house.
Has she been found?
No. And then
Garth.
Then these people have figured out that like, and so here, I'll tell you this and then I'll tell you my thought on it. Then basically they've mapped out all these different places, these stadiums that he's toured at. And around the same time that he was there, someone has gone missing. So it's
like
very
coincidences
suspicious.
are coincidences.
Yeah.
But then when it becomes a pattern.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
okay.
My thought on it is Garth Brooks is super famous and is toured around a lot. So and he goes to major cities. It's not shocking that someone goes missing in a major city.
Yeah. And like you always have an entourage.
Yes. And
like
so
how do you get away with like running to the side to go murder someone?
Some people were saying, so he had an alter ego called Chris Gaines. I don't know if you knew about this.
No.
When he wanted to like dabble in rock music, he like put on an alter ego.
I did not know
Anyways, so people are saying it's like him, and if you look into the lyrics, whatever. But the other thing is that it could also just be a Garth Brooks fan is a serial killer. Because he's like following him around.
Now that would be a good documentary. Yeah. I think I would think that more.
So that's the But so you don't know Garth Brooks that well. I grew up listening to his music. I don't think you could be that famous and get away with that.
Get away with it. But do you think that there is like a high-ranking celebrity that has done some like crazy?
Well, one of my other
type thing.
This goes into one of my other conspiracy theories, which is about that all celebrities are a part of the Illuminati.
Oh yeah, a lot of people think that. A lot of people think that. So,
but they say that part of the deal of that is that you have to do bad things to be part of it. Like you have to like, isn't it like Kanye West had to like let his mom die or something? Like there's this thing that like you sacrifice people for the Illuminati. Yeah.
See, like, but I don't know about the whole Illuminati thing, but like before Kanye, like I was a big Kanye fan because like a lot of things happened. But after his mom passed, he was like actually like heartbroken.
Oh yeah, no. I don't actually believe that.
Okay.
This is what I've heard. I
think everything went downhill after his mom died.
Yeah, I should preface this by saying I actually don't believe in conspiracy theories, but I do
think
they're
of them?
funny. Not really, no. But that was one about the Illuminati, that like all celebrities are in it. It's weirdly they focus on like black celebrities a lot, but like yeah, it's very odd. But it was
like
said,
we can't get success unless we sign up with the devil.
Exactly. Yeah, that's so crazy.
Don't get me cussed.
But it's always that you have to like sacrifice someone that you love, basically, to like prove you're invested in it, and hopefully they don't come get you. Or maybe they do. Don't sacrifice me. Pick someone else, please.
Pick someone else, please. Pick someone else. Okay.
Okay. What's one of yours?
Okay, so one of mine is the conspiracy that Khloe Kardashian is O.J. Simpson's daughter.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I have heard this one.
This is the thing. Conspiracy theories like come out due to just like stereotypes.
Yeah.
They come due to certain things that have happened.
Yeah.
There is a level of truth in some, but then obviously it pushes other things out into the light.
Right.
And so, listen, I love me a Khloe Kardashian because, like, I love that.
She is my personal favorite of the Kardashians.
Yeah, I think she is. Other than, like, Kourtney does take the cake a lot of times because I just love how much she just does not care. But, like,
very unbothered.
Yeah, she's very unbothered. But, like, Khloe's been going through it, right?
Yeah.
And she's forever, like, you know, it's okay to not look like them, right? And I think right now she's trying more to look like her sisters.
Oh,
but but it's okay to look different. But you could look different because you have a different father.
I guess, but the thing is that
I don't even see aspects of her dad, which is still her dad. You can still have a, like, father in your life that's not, you know, your birth father. I just don't see elements of him in her. But you can see elements of O.J. Simpson in her.
I mean,
but think about it. The family ties were so strong. It's not impossible.
Yeah, so it's interesting that you say this because I've heard some stuff about this, but that people sort of frame it as like it's.
Khloe also refused the test and slammed Kris on the episode. Seriously, my dad is Robert Kardashian. My other dad is Bruce Jenner. If you'd fucked other people during the same time, you do not know. Go on, Maury.
Wait, did Kris Jenner think that?
No, she's like yelled to Kris about this.
Oh, okay. I was like, if Kris Jenner.
But maybe, well, you know what? I didn't see the episode, so maybe. But they said they revisited it on, like, the show in 2012.
Yeah.
And then again in 2017.
The problem I think about it is that it actually just stems from, like, scrutinizing women's bodies mostly. That it's like, oh, you have, you know, the only way it would make sense for you to not look like this, like to be tall or big, like have a wider frame, is that you have to be half black. Like, that's not true. There's so many people that, and I think that's part of it. But
I mean, her sisters are trying to do the same thing.
In surgery. Yeah.
But, like, who knows? We never know. We could never know.
Do you think so?
I think that there's an area that this could be possible.
Okay.
You don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
No one knows, right? No one knows. But, like, it could be. Very much could be. Do you guys think? It very much
could be. Comment below.
I think it would be actually amazing.
Yeah, I just don't. Those are one of the ones that I just don't think you'd ever find out.
Oh, you never find that out. No.
We'll never.
No,
well,
unless
truth.
you find like a time capsule somewhere in like 3,000 years.
Yeah.
with all of the conspiracy theories of today. Yeah.
So in the vein of that one, another one that I thought was really funny was that people believe JonBenet Ramsey, that little girl that went missing, is actually Katy Perry. And I don't actually believe that or even know where that could have come from.
I don't even know where that could come from.
I think that's so funny. And I also just think that, like, do you remember as a kid, like, the JonBenet Ramsey stuff? Like,
I do remember hearing about it. It was everywhere. I do remember.
The only thing people ever talked about, it still comes up on, like, tabloid, like, magazines, like, on the cover and stuff.
Well,
so
like, it's so sad because, like, I don't know where she is or...
She died.
Oh, I know that. Thank you. Like,
I think I watched something that they're like pretty sure it was her brother who did it. But like the fact that like people take things so like out of pocket and then they're like, but it's because basically what people did was they compared like her face to Katy Perry's face now.
Yeah.
But there's also that thing, have you seen, where it's people who look like Renaissance paintings or look like people from the past?
Okay, yeah.
There's like one that's like Taylor Swift is like the reincarnation of like a Satanist, like a like this like this devil worshipping woman, because like they look the same.
Like, these two do not look the same.
The thing about it is, like, we'll put a picture.
It's just a white girl.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like kids most of the time change quite a lot in what they grow up in. But I just think that's so funny that like Katy Perry is catching strays as JonBenet Ramsey. She could be our new former prime minister's wife.
Well, look at that.
Slay.
I'm actually so here for that relationship. Even if it's just for...
Publicity?
Thank you. I was like, couldn't get the word out. I actually like it.
So something that I should look more into, but apparently Diplo says he dated both Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry.
Hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope at the same time.
Someone said it. I don't know who I was talking to the other day, but they're like, oh, she could do so much better. Like, he's so ugly. I'm like, whoa. You may not like his politics.
But he's
handsome.
You
may not like things, but that man's handsome.
Yeah, that's a
handsome man.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let him have that.
Yeah, and he's only like in his early 50s.
Yeah.
But he does not look good.
He doesn't look good. All right, then.
Oh, man.
All right.
Okay, hit me with another one.
Oh, wait, I wasn't ready. You go.
Okay. So here's another one that I think is really funny is that have you ever heard that birds are spies?
Not in particular, but let's see where you're going with this.
So there is this theory out on the internet that birds, especially and specifically in America, are all spies. They are drones. There are no such thing as real birds. So let me read this to you. So it started out as a satirical conspiracy theory that this guy named Peter McIndoe created in 2017 after seeing pro-Trump counter-protesters at a women's march in Memphis. He made this poster that said birds aren't real. Anyways, the movement has then sort of like took off. So he made it totally as a joke and did not intend for it to take off this way.
The right people read it.
The right people read it, which is what happens with every...
and they're like, yeah.
Yeah. And so the movement claims that all birds in the United States were exterminated by the federal government between 1959 and 1971.
Okay,
and
very
replaced
specific.
with a look-alike drone used by the government to spy on citizens. The specifics of these theories are not always consistent, but unlike actual, which is very common for most conspiracy theories, the movement is characterized by using catchy slogans like, if it flies, it spies, which can be found on merchandise. And they claim that birds sit on power lines to recharge, that birds defecate on cars as a tracking mechanism, and that the U.S. President John F. Kennedy was assassinated by the government due to his reluctance to kill all the birds. It made it worse because in 2018, China actually had like high-tech bird drones that came out. So people were like,
oh, see,
it's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible. So the thing is it's like taken on its like it's a life of its own. Like you will find people who are adamant, mainly in America, that believe that all birds are actually spies.
Listen, do I believe that there are drones there that are doing that?
Sure,
absolutely.
yeah,
There are military drones that are for sure. Do I think that they're birds? Yeah.
I don't even think that the technology is that sophisticated.
No,
enough
like
for
that. If they can create a technology that makes it look, sound, feel like a bird, then we can solve world hunger. Like there should be no like poverty in the world. You know what I mean? If you've replaced every bird in America with a drone that feels, looks, and sounds like a bird, then what are we like? What are people struggling for?
Sure. The thing that so
obviously it's not true. I'm just saying that,
but it's also like even if you were to take it to that extent, like birds migrate.
Exactly.
So like it would mean they'd have to kill all the birds.
They're going back to the Pentagon to go recharge during that time.
I do think it's funny like that they would be like, oh, they land on the like
power lines to recharge.
That's I'm like, clever.
That is clever. You know, the people that created this knows they do it to like get that clickbait from people, and like they know that like I know this is not true, but I'm gonna make other people like think about it and make them think it's true, and like and just play puppet.
But also like why wouldn't they be solar powered if you were gonna make drones that were little birds?
Because they'd have to make it make sense of why they're on the power line.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's weird.
Interesting. Well, similar from a government spy thing.
Yeah.
So do you remember Pokemon Go?
Oh, yeah.
Well, when I say do you remember, it's still quite popular.
Yeah.
But I can't remember the year it came out. I want to say like 2016. Yeah, summer of 2016.
Okay.
So the story is that Pokemon Go is a government spy program.
Okay.
I partially could believe this because it was like a cult. It was crazy. I remember in 2016, I'd be going to Electric Island and we'd get off the ferry and no one's head was up. Like everyone was like walking like this, looking down, looking for their Pokemon. And it took over everywhere. Yonge and Dundas Square, in the malls, everywhere.
Yeah.
Like everyone was using this game, right? And so I'm like, Now, do I think it's true? No, but could it be? Could be.
Well, so an interesting real fact about that. So
it literally says, everyone was playing this.
Well, so the real interesting, and maybe it references that in that, but Niantic, the company that made it, actually was using it and continues to use it to sell map data. So
yeah, the developer behind the game had almost unlimited access to Google accounts and registered in the app.
Yeah, and so basically it was using like all this layered GPS data to be able to like very intricately map, like on a level that you just never be able to get because you don't have all those little trucks going out. And so they actually do sell that data. So it's actually more one of those things where it's like, if the product is free, then you're the product. So like people that have been using it. I didn't come up with that. I've heard that somewhere before. But yeah, it's really what I find so funny about Pokemon Go is that like, yeah, when it first came out, I like got into it like everyone else.
I never played it.
It was really popular, I found, like with everyone, but I found it especially sort of like took on a cult following like at the place that we worked. Like every coworker
and because it came out in the summer, so everyone was outside. Yeah, but it's still, the game is still popular all over the world. I used to see people play at lunch.
Yeah, literally the other day, I was walking and I walked past this like couple and they were like both on their phones with their baby carriage. And when I like go to look over at them, the wife had her phone like faced out and I could see Pokemon Go was on it. And I see my other favorite one is seeing like older Asian women on
that have multiple with the bikes.
Yes,
that have multiple
or like
devices.
on the streetcar, and they're just like, I'm like, are you selling this to somebody? What are you doing?
No,
why do you so
it's
many
just so
phones?
that you have the like the bragging rights to know that you've picked up Pokemon. I don't know how to say that in the right way.
Catched.
Catched.
You caught a Pokemon.
Oh yeah. Catch them all. There we go.
Catch them all.
Okay, you tell me one.
Okay, so and this is another just like for funnies one that I really like, which is that people believe that Beyonce kidnapped Sia. So the hashtag
and put her where?
The hashtag Save Sia built steam among Brazilian fans in 2016. Ooh, it's a hot time for things to go wrong.
The government just said, let's cook everyone's brain up and just make lies.
Yeah, after they were convinced that Beyonce was holding Sia captive for songwriting purposes. According to BuzzFeed, one person hilariously interpreted Sia's tweet, hope everyone likes pancakes, but H, E, L, and P are all capitalized as a cry for help.
Girl.
The outlet offered one possible explanation for the conspiracy in a Billboard article in which Sia described working with Beyonce as like a writing camp. But that seems like a bit of a stretch.
Of course.
I just love the idea. Like, Beyonce comes up quite frequently as having...
There's another one that says that like Solange is actually her daughter.
Okay.
Guys, get it together.
Get it together. Okay, any others?
I have a for funsies as well.
Okay.
But I actually do think this one could be real.
Okay.
That says that Kris Jenner actually sold Kim's sex tape.
You're really on the Kardashians.
No, I'm just going. Well, but so when I'm thinking about it, like that empire truly, like they were never poor people. Okay, look at Robert Kardashian, who he's representing. The case was huge. They lived in a very prominent area, so they never didn't have money, right? But what I love about Kris is that she's like, I will find a way.
She's an entrepreneur.
She is a momager, and she said, "We'll figure it out."
So
I think she literally was like, Kim, take one for the team.
Yeah, sweetie, you and Ray J are about to be famous.
Yeah.
Really, really famous.
Think about it.
I mean, I have heard that before too. I've heard that there was some element of like Kim's participation in it because of like, you know, just how they, but the other thing is that like also maybe they were just really good at like turning like lemons into lemonade sort of thing. Like, okay, if it's going to be that bad, you might as well take it. The thing that I find interesting though is that it's sort of that there was an era of that happening because like
in Paris
Hilton.
Well, I think Paris was first.
Well, and Kim Kardashian was Paris's like
assistant. Yeah, so... she was her wardrobe or closet organizer assistant.
Slay.
No, that's what she was.
Yeah, slay. But like, so I think, and it's funny that she's like now become like even more famous than Paris Hilton.
Yeah, Paris Hilton will always be famous.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh my god, I need to rewatch The Simple Life. That's such a good show.
Such a good show. And that's how Kesha came out.
Yeah,
because Kesha was at one of the houses. At the farm.
Yes, I do remember that. But yeah, so it's, I don't know. The thing about it is that like, if something like that happened to me, I think I would also try to just be like, okay, well, what am I going to do with this? Because I can either let it ruin my life.
Yeah.
Or I can try to capitalize on it.
And that's why I agree with you, right? So I think Kris was like...
But it's a concerted effort. We're saying that you're saying the conspiracy theory...
I don't think she went behind her back and did it. I think that she was like...
planned it.
this is what's going to happen.
She watched it. She said 4 stars.
Yeah,
and now
4
it's
stars.
Time to release.
Exactly. That's what I think. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have a different one about a different celebrity.
Okay.
An evil person, which is that the reason that J.K. Rowling is like really transphobic and crazy is because her house is filled with black mold. Have you heard about this?
I wasn't ready for the ending. I was like, I thought you were gonna be like, because she's trans herself.
No,
like
just because her house
say
is
something crazy,
No.
but you went crazier than what I would have anticipated.
So people on the internet have basically been like seeing the pictures of like, because she lives in like an old like castle in Scotland to some degree, and I guess there's like pictures of the background that people have like claimed that there's like mold in the background.
Does she live like where Traitors is filmed?
I mean,
or nearby?
I mean, Scotland, the country. Yes,
no, it's like no, but it wouldn't be iconic if it was like that.
I mean, yeah, it would be, but I don't think Alan Cumming would.
No, he wouldn't.
Would even go anywhere near her. But anyways, so people have basically seen the pictures and like have sort of like done this like time lapse of like the same wall that she seems to have a lot of pictures behind, like in front of, and that like the wall is like sort of filled with like mold, and there's like a lot of stuff that like there's health issues if you are exposed to mold for a long time.
Of course.
And so people are saying that like she's basically filled with black mold, which is why she suddenly is, because it
wasn't
vehement.
So heavily like spoken about until like recently.
Yeah, she just has gotten worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, like did you see like the whole thing with Emma Watson? She was like, I'm trying to like remove what I know of her, because like literally it's hard because you are where you are.
For sure.
Because of her.
Yeah,
in one aspect.
Yeah.
So she's like, I can still love her for that, but still be against what she's thinking, what she says.
Yeah.
And then JK was like, I don't give a shit what you said.
And
you're
like,
fucking bullshit.
And dragged her.
And I was like, she actually didn't say anything bad.
Yeah.
She literally was like, I still want to love her as the person who I grew up knowing.
Yeah.
But I can still be not supportive of her thoughts and her opinions. I don't think that was such a bad thing that Emma said.
No, but I feel like I've read this thing about how J.K. Rowling really felt like that was like some ultimate betrayal because I guess up until that point, Emma Robertson had never really said anything.
Who's Emma Robertson?
I don't know.
I was like, who's that?
Emma Robertson is. Wait, who am I?
We're talking about Emma Watson.
Emma Watson.
Okay.
Yeah, it's because I have American Horror Story on my mind.
And you can't hear.
And I can't hear. Emma Watson.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Emma Watson had never really spoke out against her as much because like Daniel Radcliffe had and whatever the other one's name, they all had sort of basically been like, yeah, she's nuts.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, Emma Watson had not. And so doing anything basically
is the full betrayal.
Yeah, and then she went on a total crazy tangent. But maybe it's black mold, or maybe she's just a turf, which is likely what it really is.
Yeah, in a mixture of black mold. But
yeah, it's so wild to me how this happens to people as they get older. They get like so much worse. And it's like, were they always like this?
Yeah. And so that's why I'm like, okay, so I've talked about this before, but like my favorite thing ever is like Peter Pan. And it's because I truly believe that we grow up, obviously, but you shouldn't have to become like an angry, bitter, like spiteful old person and like remember the joy of your youth and bring it throughout your whole life, right? She did not do that.
No, she did not.
I mean, she gave us a gem, but then
but it's like been tarnished by that. Like the thing is, it feels like wrong to like spend any kind of money on it anymore.
I hear you, but there's so many other people that are a part of and created it. Yeah. She just wrote it, right? But like she wasn't the directors. No. She wasn't the actors. She wasn't, you know what I mean? So like when I think about it that way, I can remove that like the story was created. She created the story.
Right.
But it was brought to life not by her.
Yeah, no. It's more just like she just gets money every time
she gets money.
Anytime you spend any kind of money on it, she gets it. So in a way, like, it supports her. I guess.
I hear you, thing. But like I can.
Yeah, you can.
I can separate that. Yeah. Just because it was something that was so pivotal in my life for such a long time.
I get it. It's also just hard because it's like if you take that really hard stance, like if you do this, you support this, you basically can't do anything ever.
But that's what I was gonna say. Like there's so many things. Yeah. There's so many things that like if you then you literally can't go outside.
Yeah. Or buy anything, do anything,
purchase anything.
Or see anybody. Yeah.
But you remember that thing you wanted to get for tomorrow from Amazon?
Sorry.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
You go to a grocery, like anything you do.
Yeah.
Oh, I see you have an iPhone. Like anything that you do, right? So
it's true.
Yeah.
Do you have any more? I have one last one.
I have one last one.
Okay, you go.
That Keanu Reeves is immortal.
I hope so.
I actually hope so.
I would be totally okay.
I actually hope so. I feel like he's lived this life.
Yeah.
Many times.
You know what's so crazy?
Many times
you know what's
over.
So nuts though,
what?
And this is what will actually feed into my theory.
Okay.
My last one is that we're living in the Matrix. So the fact that you said Keanu Reeves is just only making it. So read yours and then we'll talk about
it. Keanu Reeves is not really in his early 50s, but he's 150 years old at least.
Slay.
He
looks great.
Yeah, he looks great. Supposedly he like died in 814 and came back.
Okay.
As like a French poet or whatever, and then just continued since then.
Well, I'm honored that he decided to be reborn in Canada.
Oh, yes. I do love his Canadian. And like he now has a bunch of commercials with Rogers.
So random.
But he's like, I got time.
Yeah, I got time. And
but why not? Because I'll just keep on coming back. But like to the Matrix.
Yeah. So the theory is that like we live in the Matrix, which is that like none of this is real and that everything is basically a simulation or a computer program like that. We're basically Sims.
Mm-hmm.
So do you...
I don't know if I don't believe that, but like I'm very much, and we talked about this on the last episode of Conspiracy Theories, but I truly believe that there is no chance we are the only ones in this universe. Right?
Okay.
And so I don't believe that we're in.
You don't believe we're in a computer program.
Yeah, but I do believe that like there's many things that can't be explained. Many things that can't be explained.
Yeah. But
mankind knows like 5% of the ocean.
We're always on this. Everything comes back to mermaids.
Yes.
Everything comes back to mermaids.
That's my point. It's like, I don't think that we're being like a sim, but something's going on.
Yeah, it's something. People's theory of it is just that like there's like glitches that happen or things that happen that like confirm.
So it's like thunder, a glitch in the system.
No, it's more
lightning.
Like it's like when something happens, you're like, there's no way that could have happened, or like coincidences that couldn't have happened. The one that I actually think that's sort of like adjacent to this was that like. So this gets so down the rabbit hole. Do you know
I think this whole episode is down the rabbit hole.
Do you know what CERN is?
CERN.
CERN.
CERN, no.
It's basically this like facility. I think it's out in Belgium.
Oh, it's a place. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's a scientific facility where they basically have this giant underground tunnel that is like a big circle, and they use it to like do like quantum physics research where they like smash atoms together.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, so there's this like conspiracy theory that like they somehow created a black hole by accident, and in doing so shifted us all into a different timeline. So like that's why like Trump is president and like all these really bad things are happening, is because our timeline was really good, and then 2016, which a bunch of these things we talked about,
Pokemon Go,
basically shifted us like over, and so now we're experiencing like the cursed timeline.
You know what's like wild when you say things like that? Obviously, we can laugh about it and be like, "This is crazy."
Yeah.
If you have like really troubling mental health,
this would be very.
If you are in a area that like is not conducive to your like mental, like these kind of things could really like, press on your brain. Because when you say that, like we said, so many things are from 2016, and like that could really mess you up. Other than us joking about it.
It's also, I think, if people don't really have a good support system and like they spend too much time on the internet and whatever, but like
dark web shit.
I think, I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast before, but like there was once a time, like just as we're sort of getting out of the last lockdown, I was having to like take quite a long Uber ride, and my Uber driver was this woman who had like her whole like dashboard like decked out in all this religious stuff, which like at first I was like, ooh, this is not going to be good. And then she started going on about how like, and this was one of the ones I was going to bring up, but I didn't know if we would have time. I'm bringing it up anyways, was that like 5G causes COVID, and that COVID has a microchip. The vaccine has a microchip in it. She was not even to a joke fully invested and believed that this, and so she was like, as we're driving, she's like pointing out all the like 5G router towers, which I was like, I don't even know what you're looking at, but I was also like nervous because I'm in this woman's car.
You can't get out.
And so I'm just like, oh, interesting.
Oh, okay.
But it was like exactly what we were talking about. I'm like, she's in an echo chamber of like these things, like, yeah, okay, I guess there's like enough coincidences that you could believe it. But like, if you thought about it for like more than 4 seconds, none of this is happening.
Well, I had a crazy Uber drive similar when the guy told me that all deaf people can't actually get into heaven. And I was like, I'm like, well, I have,
wait, why?
I have friends that are
they
deaf.
Can't hear.
I'm like, because God only comes and when he like brings you, you have to like absorb it and hear it. And so if you can't hear it, he just won't bring you. And I'm in this Uber and he's telling me this, and I'm like, I have friends that are deaf. He's like, well, I'm sorry, they're not going to heaven.
Oh my God.
And I was like, and I'm like in Vancouver on the highway, like I can't get out.
Did I tell you about a roommate I had that said that about me?
That you won't?
Yeah. So I had this roommate. He was like very religious. I actually hope he's doing well. He was a nice guy, but
sounds like it.
I never knew this. We got along really well. We had opposite like schedules, whatever. And then one day, one of my friends came to visit, and she was staying with us. And I went to class, and they ended up hanging out because they like got along for whatever reason. And I guess it had like come up that I'm gay, and this guy, the roommate,
didn't know.
No, he knew,
okay.
But we had just never talked about
Got it.
And I was like, oh, it's kind of interesting that this like super religious person is so cool to live with a gay guy.
Yeah.
Because we did get along really well, and he would go on dates and ask me to help him with his outfit and whatever.
Okay.
And so I was like, this is great. Anyways, him and my friend are chatting, and they were talking about me and like, I guess saying like how great I was. And the roommate was like, yeah, it's just too bad he's not going to get into heaven though.
Just too bad.
And then everything changed after that, because after she told me, I was like,
Oh, the conspiracies, they mount up. They mount up. Oh, goodness. Well, I feel like we laid out some good ones.
We had some good ones. Like, please tell us what your favorite one was. Yes. Let us know which one we should talk about next.
Ooh, like episode 3.
Yeah, part 3. Why not? There's enough. There's a whole article. Yeah. We only got through like 10.
Yeah, true.
There's enough.
True.
Yeah.
There's enough. There's enough craziness in the world that there's enough.
Totally. Well, stay spooky, everybody.
Stay spooky. And, it isn't Halloween anymore, but my favorite time began yesterday.
Dun, dun, dun. My birthday. It's coming up so soon.
I feel bad because that's not what I was going to say.
I know. I know.
In the words of Mariah Carey, and I will not do it at her pitch, but it's time.
It's time, yeah.
Christmas time has started.
Oh my gosh, slay. Well, we'll see you next week. And remember to like and subscribe and stay tuned for more.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.